Good day, all. Hello, friends of Trinidad and Tobago and people of the Caribbean. I am Feroza Mohammed, and I am popularly known as Rose Mohammed. I am proud to be 83 years old, and I am always thinking of ways and means to contribute to my country, Trinidad and Tobago. Yasmin, you wanted to know what inspired me to start this booklet. Well, I was watching TV in 2022, and the Prime Minister, the Honorable Keith Rowley, was responding to the rising problems in our country. The high crime rates, notably the murders, the burglaries, the invasions, and the general breakdown of our society. And he asked for any ideas that will make our twin island republic a better place to live. A fear that we had never seen had gripped our country, and men, women, and children were afraid and frightened. And now, after sunset, our towns and villages have become ghost areas. What is happening to our country continues to make me very, very unhappy. And for me, who has always supported persons in 17 voluntary organizations to laugh, talk, and shared many lessons on how to live in peace and harmony, I felt that there must be a solution that would immediately address what was going on in our country. As my thoughts took shape, as a team player, I reached out to my friends, educators, humanitarians, persons who have worked tirelessly over the years in many projects and with many segments of society, and who have a vested interest in making Trinidad and Tobago a better place. 6 authors devoted every hour of our time to this book, and we were supported by 6 honorary participants who shared their valuable comments. When we were finished, we all said that parents must be that agent of change. And if some of our recommendations were accepted, it would be worth the while. When we look at the crimes being committed today and the young persons who are committing these crimes, our hearts bleed. We asked ourselves, where are the values and morals that guide our young people? Are we educating them in the right way? Are parents and we adults role models for the young generation? The answer is definitely no. So we continue to engage and highlight some of the fundamental issues that we must examine if we want to transform Trinidad and Tobago. Finally, I want to tell you a true story. My husband and I were at a car wash getting our newborn car cleaned on Holy Thursday. As we waited, a lad walked in and with a gun pointed at the car attendants, ordered them to lie on the ground. He then headed towards us with gun in hand. On reaching us, he pointed a gun at my husband's tummy and continued to take his car keys, wallet, bank cards, and house keys. This was scary, and an old person could easily get a heart attack when faced with this situation. I was shaking and helpless. I was totally scared of what just happened. I know many would say, this is a bad and horrible boy. But my experiences in voluntary organizations tell me he was not a bad child. If he were that bad, he would have killed us with one pull of the trigger. But instead, without interfering with me, he jumped into the car and he drove off. I pondered on what happened and prayed for that boy the next day. You know why? It was not his fault. He was brainwashed to do what he did. He was just a victim of circumstances. We are talking of someone who possibly came from a dysfunctional home, without food, without clothes, without education, and without a proper shelter. But most of all, from the well-needed love from parents and others. And I asked myself, did our education system fail him? Did our country fail him? This is the kind of child we are dealing with now. That boy was once a little innocent boy who maybe had to fend for himself or from an abusive home environment, or where the education system was not relevant to him. And the role models were the criminals because his only help came from the gangs. Please, Mr. Prime Minister, help this child and others like him. We don't hate him. Rather, we want a country that provides a sound education for all children, and systems that will help them to grow into hard-working and honest young citizens. A country where our adults are real role models for our nation's children. The core message to you, Prime Minister, is to lead the change, to engage the stakeholders and resources, and rethink the way we raise and educate a child, all our children, whether rich or poor. Prime Minister, we need your help. We are firm in our belief that peace can and will be achieved if we start at the home and the schools, and with a changed mindset in our entire population. Let us all do our part to transform our nation. I say it again, let us all do our part to transform our nation. Thank you.